Oh, hey bitch. Oh, excuse you. Baloney wash. I'm annoyed. I'm just here to give my opinion and carry in. Oh, it's Chris Avalon Unfiltered, bitch. What's up, everybody? What's going on? It's your boy Chris Avalon, and welcome to Chris Avalon Unfiltered, one of the best shows that you're currently watching on the internet. Um, we got a special guest tonight, so hopefully that y'all got your drinks, your snacks, whatever the case is. Um, yeah, so we're doing a special Thursday show. Um, you know this person from Beatface. What's the other show? Birds of a Feather Throw Shade Together, which is basically about to start its new season, or is it your new episode tomorrow? But anyway, and then we also got Beatface is going into its fourth season coming in October. Let's give it up for the one and only Lindsay Aguilera.
Hi.
Hey. Oh yeah, and then follow all the Chris Avalon underscore shit. Y'all could do that if you want. I don't give a damn. But
let me tell you, it's been forever since we've been done something like this. Us being together at the same time, doing a little show like this. Look at us. Yeah.
I know since I drinks and I can't even say the damn name of the show. Our drinks and drag days.
Is that Johnny, boo? Hi everyone. I'm so excited.
Yeah, I definitely need to lay off the liquor, the Johnny Walker. But anyway, I see Sailor Mermaid's in the building. First of all, Sailor Mermaid, that's LaShawn. Thank you for spending my birthday with me on the 2nd of this month, September. You know, Virgo season about to end, I guess, at midnight. And that's when they're gonna drop the new Kylie album. But yeah, so Sailor Mermaid hung out with me and my friends and all the other stuff for my birthday. So thank you for doing that and all the other stuff. And yeah, so Lindsay, I got some questions because I know you have your new season and stuff coming up.
Yeah.
Of Beatface as well, which is coming in October, and of course I'm gonna be a guest like I was last season.
Of course, always.
And I know you have Birds of a Feather Throw Shade Together with Remy, who you know was part of Drinks and Drag. What can people expect from the upcoming seasons of both? Well, are you in the season finale of Birds of a Feather, or is this or y'all just?
I'm glad you asked. So tomorrow we're dropping a new episode for season 2. So it'll be the first episode of season 2. So our baby is 2, officially 2, a little pod show. What to expect for the Birds of a Feather? A whole lot of nonsense. Just, just us. We're Google. Don't Google our opinions. Don't Google our facts. We're Googling it ourselves. Just coming in strong. Just, we're always doing like what we do here, what we've done before. We do the hot topics. We have themes. Hopefully we'll get more people like you on the show. Last season, we tried to stay away from having too many guests because we wanted it to be focusing in just us. And then I had to step away for a minute. I had a little mental breakdown. I had a Katya moment, and we had to just end the show real quick. Because I remember at one point you asked me too, you're like, are you guys not recording? I'm like, no, I took a mental time out, but I'm excited to be back. And then what a perfect time to be doing this show to promote the pod, and also season 5 of Beatface with Lindsay's coming back on IG every Thursday.
Oh, that's October season 4, 5th. So it's season 5?
Yes, it's season 5. Season 5, boo. 5 seasons already. Can you believe all this started off of the boredom of the pandemic? But yeah, season 5. What to expect for the Beatface show? Same thing, bullshit.
That's how a lot of shows started during the pandemic. I mean, my show started during the pandemic, so a lot of people started. But I feel like a lot of people didn't stick it. I mean, people jumped in during the pandemic, but a lot of people didn't stick it out because I guess a lot of people just kind of like gave it up. But I'm like, this ain't a hobby for me.
Yeah, but I think that's what it is. I think that once everything started reopening up a little bit, they were like, okay, fuck this, back to the real world. So not many of us still stayed doing what we're doing, which is this, sitting down on the screen, having conversations and bringing stuff to people, some hot topics, which is what we're going to do tonight. I'm so excited. It's good to be here.
Mm-hmm. Do you have a lot of guests and stuff lined up for
I
VMAs?
do. I have a lot of guests. 90% of them are the same returning guests, which I love. So like the elements are always the same. Like I always love having you on because exactly what you do for your show is what you come on and do on my show. And I always think about it this way. I've never told you this before, but I'm always like, remember when Wendy Williams, she always did the hot topics, but then there once in a while she'll bring somebody from like Hollywood Scoop or something, and they would bring you the tea, and Wendy would always be like surprised, like, oh wow, tell me this tea.
So I'm basically the Rob Shooter of the Devin Simone of your show.
Very much when it comes to my show, but that's what makes it fun because my thing is like I purposely try my best not to like, and you know this, like every time, like when I have my guest over, I always it's like inviting someone to their homes. Like I have all this set up, but what do you want to do? What do you want to eat for dinner? What, like if you're staying the weekend, what are some of the activities you want to do? And that's what I do with my guests, which is much more like when it's with you, I'm like, I know this is what you do. This is like your the meats that gets attached to this bone. So it's like, hey bitch, if you're coming to the show, it's going to be a hot topic episode, and I want you to bring all the tea for everybody. You know what I mean? So that's what I'm trying to do. I may or may not have one or two upcoming, well, not one of them is an upcoming artist, but maybe some artists, some musical guests on my show. I haven't had that in 2 seasons, so that could be happening again. And
yeah, the last time you had a musical guest was who?
A drag sister.
Oh, is it Angel?
Mm-hmm. No. I would want him back, but who knows? A lot of
that wasn't shade, by the way.
No, that wasn't shade. I love always having Alex on my show.
Angel.
A lot of people didn't confirm yet, so I have a good amount of guests. I'm also trying to do some stuff I haven't done before, which is try to do a lot more solo, purposely some solo episodes. So I have some stuff planned. Because I'm like, I have to entertain people for an hour and a half of just me. Usually with someone else, it's fun.
I do feel like you need to bring more drag girls on your show. You know, a lot of those who aren't.
They never want to come. That's the problem. They never want to join. You know how many people I've asked? They don't. And I'm honest. Like, I'm not doing that for the pity part. I'm saying, like, every season, I always tell people, like, hey, come on. And to the point where it's like, oh, I'm thinking of doing drag. Oh my God, let's get on the show. Because that could be a great interview to ask somebody like, why do you want to do this? What are some techniques you're learning? You know what I mean? Like, it's not happening. So who knows? But what I'm saying is they better get on board because when I'm on the network, don't be saying you want to be a guest on my show.
And I don't understand that because I'm just like, what? So y'all thinking that y'all all gonna get on Drag Race? Like that's the only show that's literally booking drag queens and making it hard for girls to actually try to make a name for themselves. Like you have to be a Drag Race girl to even get a book in places now. So my thing is, if there's any opportunity that presents itself, it's either you create your own content in your own lane, which is what Sugar and Spice did when it was on TikTok, or you mingle and you network with other drag queens and get your name out there. I don't understand what, this new generation, y'all be getting on my damn nerves. But anyway, so I'm looking forward to Birds of a Feather. You know, I know y'all be on there talking usual shenanigans about pop culture and the reality TV and stuff. We're going to talk about some reality TV stuff on today's show. But without further ado, let's get into some of these messy topics, chill. So the biggest story, so the big story this week, you know, the VMAs happened last week. We were on hiatus and this, that, and the third when the VMAs was going on. I watched it. I skimmed through majority of it. I know half them damn people was up there performing. Sweetie was a hot ass mess trying to read that teleprompter during the pre-show. Girl, you know, this is no shit. But she read that teleprompter like I read the teleprompter back in the day when I auditioned to be a VJ at MTV. Yes, bitch. Once upon a time, I went on MTV to be a VJ, and I tanked my audition. I couldn't read that I read that teleprompter like Sweetie read that shit. So that was the gaggle for me. I'm looking at her like, ugh. And then I'm like, do they not have producers that would cue her to like, okay, you're on? Like, go. She was a mess. I don't know how many times that bitch said, I know that's right. Bitch, you not in your at the backyard barbecue? But anyway, the VMAs was a hot ass mess. I don't know. Did you watch the VMAs?
I did not. I only saw the highlights and clips. That was what was important for me. Like I YouTube most of it.
I think that was most people. I think that was most people that just watch the highlights and stuff, which I don't understand because I had a conversation with production and they were saying like, because I said, why don't they stream? Oh look, I was like, why don't they stream the VMAs on YouTube? Like most people don't have cable. Most people don't watch TV in the traditional way anymore. So y'all could, if y'all would have made a deal with YouTube or streamed it live on Paramount Plus, like Paramount Plus be showing the Grammys and all this other shit. Paramount Plus is part of Viacom. What they could have did was stream it on their live. People would have watched it, or people could have watched it on YouTube. From what I heard, they said that 3 million people was watching it on a legal stream. So the people would have tuned in, but then the next day they put the clips and stuff on YouTube. So what's the point of broadcasting the show if you're gonna put the clips up on the internet the next day? So it's just a waste of damn time. But anyway, the shit was a mess. We don't care who performed. The only one that I liked was Shakira. Everybody else was trash. Anita was trash. I don't know what the hell Karol G thought she was doing up there, but she was, and then her ex fiance also was there grabbing his meat live on camera. You know, Anuel. I was like, how did that work out with them being in the same room together?
Oh,
but
I cannot.
But anyway, so that was a hot ass mess. I would have liked to have seen Bad Bunny, but I guess he was busy being up Kendall's behind.
I mean, yeah, I mean, he's like, listen, I'm going to save my award shows for next year. You know what I mean? I don't know. I mean, it was Fashion Week as well. So I think he was mostly here in New York, like you said, for the Kendalls and the fashions. And he's like, the VMAs is not giving this year.
Let me say, he had to get a YouTube TV free trial. Child, you got to go through all that just to watch the VMAs?
I get off for that sometimes. When I go on YouTube, it shows up. And I'm like, no, I'm okay. I just exit out.
I actually have Philo because I'll be watching certain shows. Like I'll be watching, don't judge me, I watch Love and Hip Hop.
Who's on the show now? I mean, listen, you know I love my housewives and stuff, but who's on that show now? The last time, sometimes I'll be watching, like when I'm looking for clips for promos and stuff, I always go to like the best of the housewives or the best of like Nene Leakes and whatnot. And once in a while, you know, they have videos that are related to that, like Basketball Wives, Love and Hip Hop. And they were having clips of like, I guess the most recent Love and Hip Hop. And I'm like, who are these? Like, I didn't know anybody.
Yeah, I didn't know who half of them were either. Like there was one episode, like I went on there just to watch the episode where, you know, what happened with Erika Mena hugging fire because she called Spice a blue monkey. So I went on there to watch that episode, but I fast forwarded through the whole, I'm like, who are these people on here? I ain't know none of them. So now I'm just watching the retreat episode where they off in the Bahamas because that's Bambi and the, you know, the old cast that's on there now. And a couple of new people sprinkled in, but I don't care about them. And Shekinah, who, you know, used to be friends with T.I. and Tiny and her loud ass mouth. So I just be watching them for that. But other than that, it's like, I don't really want, I just wanted to watch it for the Erika Mena stuff. But now that she's fired, I don't got to watch the show anymore. But what was the point? Oh, so we were supposed to talk about, okay, so the big story was because, you know, Nicki Minaj wound up hosting, and then I heard the day before, or was it 2 days before, that Cardi B and Megan Thee Stallion was going to perform. And of course I was like, oh, look at MTV being messy. Because now y'all know how Nicki feels about these other girls and all them niggas and all that stupidness. When it's like, ma'am, you are a legend in the industry. You don't need to prove yourself to none of these other girls. Just do you and don't worry about the mess. And now, when fast forward to, you know, you had Kenneth Petty standing outside at 2 a.m. when he should have been at home with his wife and his son. He busy outside hugging like he hugging a block still in Queens with a bunch of goons that's damn near 50, talking about they want to kill or fight somebody. I'm like, really? Like, I grew up with fools doing this shit. They either end up dead or in jail.
Yeah.
Which is why I never ended up in that road, because I had the goons in the area when I used to live in Brownsville, Brooklyn, who kept me out of trouble, didn't want me hanging out in the streets. So they always, look, when I used to do bad shit, they used to tell my mother on me. And I used to get a beating. So this is like in the 90s and all other stuff. So now that so then, you know, that whole situation happened. They threatening Offset. Then all of a sudden, I'm sitting there thinking, I'm like, but wait a minute, ain't he on parole or probation, one of them shits? Isn't this illegal for you to be out here trying to throw shots at people, like making opening threats on social media? And so now, fast forward to today, When I woke up this morning, and one of my followers sent me this thing which states that Kenneth Petty was served with some papers from the U.S. District Court, which said that is respectfully presenting petition for actions of court for cause as follows, meaning Mr. Petty was recorded on video making threatening remarks towards a specific individual while in the company of someone with a criminal record. So one of them goons that he was hanging out with got a criminal record. So they all got criminal
You're
records.
not supposed to hang out with anyone like that while you're like
and then
probation.
They said, and it said the recent violation conduct raises concerns over Mr. Petty's willingness to comply with the court orders. As such, the probation officers believes placement in the location monitoring program will effectively allow for closer monitoring of Mr. Petty's activities. So his movements have been limited. He has to provide a sanction for his non-compliance, and so basically he's on house arrest for like 120 days because he want to be out here acting a damn fool. And my thing was, you are in a position where you are married and have a child with one of the most popular, successful rappers in the game right now. Why are you wasting your time and energy trying to fight some dude knowing full well you got a whole lot to lose? Well, he has nothing to lose because he ain't got a pot to piss in the window to throw it out of. He's basically being taken care of by the woman he's married to. And so now what I loved about it was that the Barbs even at some point, I'm surprised, they stopped drinking the Jim Jones Kool-Aid, which I was shocked. They wound up saying that, because I spoke to a couple of them. Like, I'm friends with a lot of Barbs. Well, you and I are too. Remy's in the chat.
Hi.
So and a lot of them were saying that they're upset with the fact that they said, oh, he's ruining her, he's messing up her situation, like he's doing dumb shit. And apparently, like, this is what they're, and I don't know, I was like, I get it. I'm like, wait a minute, the lady, is she grown? And she defended it because she went on social media and she said, where's her quote? She said something or another that I guess you can't go to the cops when you flopping or something or another. I forget. I don't know. I can't. All of a sudden now I can't find what the hell she said, because it said she did respond, and she said blah 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 blah. Where the hell is it? I don't know. What's your thoughts on the situation? Let me get your thoughts, because then I can look for it.
Yeah, I think it's so silly. I mean, for you to be out there and threatening people, I think it's coming from like a dumb mentality. Like that, you're not for nothing. I'm not saying old as in like you're an old wrinkly man, but I'm saying like you're too grown to know the difference between a good move and a bad move. You've had too many situations already, hence why you're on probation, where you should be walking a straighter line, and you're off doing this foolery. And you're getting yourself involved. If you want to listen, especially you, like you and I know very well, like when someone comes for us, we're going to read somebody, you know what I mean? But I don't think any one of us has ever crossed the line where we're going to threaten harm to someone, unless they're physically coming at us. But like, if we're going to read somebody, if we're going back and forth here, or we read somebody line, you read them for the way they look, their lack of anything. But killing is just silly. I also feel that, I mean, I don't have no issues with Nicki. I have no issues with the Barbs. What I'm saying is, she's a person she's someone who pops off as well. So it's like, look at, like, it's like who you're married to. You understand what I'm saying? I don't want to fully blame her, but what I'm saying is she's that type of pop off. So he's gonna be like, well, I'm gonna do the same thing and I'm gonna carry myself like that. But in all this, what I do want to mention though is, out of all this, is there's always hypocrisy everywhere. But what a huge hypocritical moment, because when her and Cardi had beef, and they had that altercation at the Met Gala years ago, the next day she went on her Queen radio and was saying how Cardi is so dumb, you're being successful, you're going to damage your brand by doing things like that, you can't just pop off whenever you want, blah, 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 blah. Where was that talk when your husband was popping off threatening to kill somebody? You understand what I'm saying? Like, doesn't that hurt your brand? Because when the stories pop up the next day, it's going to be Nicki Minaj's husband. You know what I mean? Like, your name is popping up, your brand is popping up. So it's like, is it okay for him to do that, but no one else, when they're coming for you, not to do it? Because you was reading Cardi for filth about how she's so stupid, she's not taking advantage of the career that she has, because you want to be fighting me on a red carpet. So I mean, there's not the red carpet. You was literally doing this behind someone's building, but all the rest.
Well, you know, Remy says she loves a tweet and delete.
Oh, that's
So,
another thing too.
Yeah, so
A
what she
tweet and
said was
delete.
can't call the cops every time you flop, just saying, along with a string of laughing emojis. And I'm like, who flopped? Because
Yeah, who flopped?
from what I heard, like the bongo song, even though here's the thing, I don't particularly care for the bongo song, just like I don't care for that horrible ass fucking ballad that Nicki put out passing for a damn single. I think both songs is trash. But here's the thing. My booty moves when I'm hearing the bongo song, though. So I do like the beat. The lyrics, that's a whole nother story. I don't particularly care for the song, but apparently it's registering people and it's an earworm. It's doing what it's supposed to do. So from what I heard, the song is doing well on Billboard. So I don't know who's flopping. Are you talking about Offset's flopping? Because I don't listen to Offset. I couldn't name one damn Offset song, quiet as it's kept. But Sailor Mermaid says Nicki is a Sag. They'll set a standard for everyone else, but don't hold themselves to the same standard account. Oh, I know. My grandfather was a Sagittarius. May he rest in peace. And that man was he was a mess. But cuss your ass out in a minute. But I'm sitting there like, you can't call the cops every time you flop. When it's like, who called the cops though? You do know police, the feds, they all have phones. They all have the internet. They all have Instagram. They all have Twitter, TikTok. They all have social media. So they all got eyeballs and they all work. They ain't all full of cataracts over there in the police department.
She's also good for deflecting. I don't think
Exactly.
Nicki Minaj has ever head on dealt with a situation where she's trying to resolve that she did something wrong. It's always, it's this person's fault. That one's doing it. And this happened like what she just did right now. Like that happened because you're a flop. Like you're trying to make a light joke out of it. You're always deflecting something instead of owning something on your own.
And I don't know if is it her fault or is it the fault of Young Money, who sat there and blew all that smoke up her ass and was like, you're the only one, you're the diva, you're the icon, you're the only one that matters. And then when all these girls came out and was trying to find their way in the world of hip hop, then all of a sudden she started kind of looking down and like, y'all are beneath me, and doing that stupid ass rap that she did at the VMAs. But I'm like, when I was growing up, we had so much competition. We had Lil' Kim and Foxy Brown and Eve and Angie Martinez, even Missy Elliott. They was all the Brat. They was all coexisting in the
Queen
same
Latifah.
playing field. They were all making music around the same time. So I don't know why today is different. Like y'all can all coexist in the same. I'm tired of all y'all talking about your damn pussy, but for the most part, all you ladies could coexist in the same space. There's enough money to go around.
For her defense, even if the team has been doing that, I feel like nowadays that they do that to every artist. I feel like even if you're like a pop star, there's always the team that's saying like, you're the vocalist of the generation, like you're the singer of this generation. But my thing is like, thinking back, we have so many divas, vocalists, singers who legit have the talent that's like they all coexisted as well. But right now, I feel like we're in an era in the last few years that, everyone's walking upon like that Beyonce thing where it's like, she can do no wrong, and all these artists are following that same thing. So I wouldn't like, even if for that I will defend Nicki, because my thing is like, even if Young Money or whoever is gassing her up in that light, they're doing it for everybody else. The Taylor Swifts of the world, the Arianas of the world, the Sabrina Carpenters of the world.
You have your crazy stans, and then you also have their team that sit and try to pit a lot of the girls against each other. Because that's always existed in girl groups, in solo female groups. It's all of that. So like Sailor Mermaid says, superiority complex. They need to feel big because deep down they feel insecure, especially when someone else can outshine them. And Felix also said, I do agree, like the VMAs is unwatchable. It was absolutely unwatchable. I can't tell you how many artists I fast forwarded. I'm like, who is this? First of all, I don't know what the hell note that Demi Lovato was trying to hit during that performance, but I'm like, girl, I understand you trying to get all Courtney Love with the whole rock situation, but the vocal ain't. Find it, in the words of Coco Montrese, find the note.
And she had several chances to find a note. That's crazy. Like, you have notes. How did you not bring up? I don't know. It was Demi. That was a to me, that was a no bueno performance. I don't, and also, I'm nobody. I'm just saying I like some Demi music, but this rock Demi, I'm not featuring. I mentioned it on my pod. I think that drops tomorrow. I mentioned about the Demi thing, where it's like this rock era is not for her. It's not suiting her. Yeah, she just needs to change it. Go back to however you sang before, because this it's not working for me. And these renditions is not it either.
So wait, isn't she like isn't she like 30 or something or another? Like, how are you?
Yeah.
Like, you've already gone through your whole, because I remember she did the song 1729, which was about Wilma Valderrama, another damn rumor, allegedly. I'm sitting there like, so if you've already gone through your whole 20s period, you still haven't figured out who you are as an artist, maybe you can start making music.
That part, Chris. That part.
You went, because you a whole Disney, like, look, we know who, like, I'm looking at, for example, Miley Cyrus. She already know, like, at this point, she's figured out her lane and who she is as a musician and what she will and will not do. Demi's at a point like, girl, you should have been able to figure out what type of artist you are by now. Now it just seems like it's all performative and you not being your true authentic self. So when I try to listen to your music, I'm like, I'm not feeling this because I don't feel like this is you.
Yeah.
That's another thing too, what Remy said. He said,
not W.
He said lots of the performers perform for like 2 seconds. Dummy Lovato one the longer performances, and it was not good at all. Yeah, it wasn't, because she was pitchy and sharp. I felt like I was watching like a bad American Idol audition. Yeah. I was like, where is Simon? But I do agree, like, that's another thing too. I feel like TikTok is fucking things up, because how you got people up there literally for 2 minutes doing they're doing TikTok renditions of their songs, and it's like y'all picking these kids that's popular on TikTok, and then you put them on stage, and it's like you have no stage presence, you can't move for nothing. Like I just talked about, Sweetie can't even read a goddamn teleprompter. I'm like, bitch, did you graduate elementary school? You don't know how to read a teleprompter? Y'all didn't at least rehearse the shit with her and let her know that, you know, when you read the teleprompter, it scrolls when you read. I told you I auditioned to be a VJ at MTV, and I fucked my audition up.
No, let me tell you, I think the time of live shows, like award shows, especially like the VMAs, has changed, not just content wise, behind the scenes it's changed a lot too, because when I was seeing some clips of like the red carpet people, like there were some people who were announced coming and they were like, oh, like I was invited by the VMAs literally like a week prior, and my thing is like, what? So some of them didn't even rehearse till like the day of. My thing is like, back in the day, those shows were it, because guests knew 4 months in advance, like the artist knew 4 or 5 months in advance,
so they could come up with a full concept.
Right, they did set up, like I remember watching old school clips from like 2001 that's now up on YouTube, where you see like NSYNC or the Britneys walking into like the Radio City like 3 weeks before the shows, rehearsing nonstop. Some of these people is just making it quick, but we're also, unfortunately, we're in an era where, because of the TikTok and because of like the 30-second long videos, people's attention spans are only but this much. So now they're adding that to the award show for the youth, that when they see it, they're like, oh my God, that's my TikTok song. And that's as far as it goes. You don't need to do anything more. It's sad, because, I mean, the youth doesn't know any better. They think, wow, what a great... I have a strong feeling that if we were to interview anybody in their early 20s, like 19, 20, 21, and we talked about the VMAs, I think their response would be much more different than ours. Because since we're like that old school type, we know what shows are supposed to look like, what performances look like, what categories are.
And we grew up on seeing Britney Spears with the snake, and just in sync with the whole, you know, puppet, cutting the puppet strings and that whole theme. Yeah. And, you know, all the iconic moment with Britney and Madonna and Christina Aguilera. Like, there were moments when we saw all of that. They don't have that. They didn't have any of that at the VMAs. So, which brings the next question: is the VMAs still relevant?
I'm gonna say no. And that's a problem, because I'm into pop culture, and if I don't know who half these people are coming into the red carpet, and don't get me wrong, I'm not saying they shouldn't be in the award show, because no lie, if next year you and I were invited to the VMAs to host our show, you know what I mean? Like, they're gonna be like, who the fuck is Chris Avalon, and who's Lindsay Aguilera? Like, I don't know this drag queen bitch. This shit not from RuPaul. Like, we're going. So I don't have an issue with the attendees. It's just, you have to really highlight people that people are really gonna know, and half these people, like, I don't know them, and that's a problem, because you and I are on everything. We are on the TikToks, we're on RGs. our shows and our homework is to study up on pop culture. So, but they're the highlighted pop culture stuff. So these side people that are coming in, I'm like, who are they? I don't know. So no, I don't find the relevancy. And now it's like within the last few years too, what really irks me, I don't know if you agree with this, and whoever's watching is gonna agree with me, is they gotta stop babying. It's, first of all, it's a VMA. It's not a Grammy. I'm not trying to be funny. If I win any award is an award. What I'm saying is a VMA. That's not going to give you. That's not going to extend your contract with the label. That's not going to give you a movie deal.
Exactly. That's like J-Lo winning a Nickelodeon award.
A Nickelodeon awards. What I'm saying about this VMA thing is like now they're adding so many extra awards for no reason. Like it used to be like best pop female of the year. Now it's best female pop solo video, best female solo song, but like it's breaking down to so much. So now who has the best pet of the year? Like what does that have to do with anything? Give the classic album, single, performer.
Or to add to that, it was first of all, the whole damn thing was rigor mortis. Had rigor mortis all over it. Taylor Swift sweeping, really? Taylor Swift's whole eras was more popular than Beyonce. I'm like,
I'm gonna say this.
Shout out to the Mayonnaise Americans for being loyal, but
I want to say
Beyonce's Renaissance had the bigger impact.
I'm gonna say this
culturally.
You comment this for a few days, and I wanted to save it for this show. So now that you reminded me, I'm so happy to say it. I am not surprised that Taylor Swift won, and rightfully. Before people were what, and rightfully so, she should have won because. Right now, the VMAs and Taylor Swift, she's still, and I've said this for a long time when we've had our Drinks and Drag show, Taylor Swift is still in the era where she is for the teen pops. Beyonce is not. Beyonce is like, she has teen pop people, but like her brand and her fame and the reason why she's where she's at is for grown folks. So right now.
Yeah, well, Beyonce's a lot older. She just turned what, 42?
Yeah.
And Taylor is what? Still in her early 30s?
30. But what I'm saying is you and I are not going to MTV.com and we're not voting Beyonce. You know what I mean? But the 16, 17-year-olds are going to MTV.com and they're selecting Taylor Swift. So that's what it is. So it's not that she didn't deserve it. It's that rightfully so she got it because she's still in that era. So she's still for teeny boppers. So when you were talking about like the tour and stuff like that, yeah, Beyonce grows so much tour, but Taylor's is so successful because there were more children, more youth going into that show. Beyonce was grown folks. Like it was a thing. Yeah, people dressed up in Taylor Swift stuff, but with the Beyonce, like people went out. Like some people were custom making their own costumes. They were spending money just to get on these highlighted performances. So yes, I see it.
But
that's
Beyonce,
why she won.
No, they was going on Fashion Over and Shein to get them out.
Well, no, I saw some TikTok people. Some of them were really making the outfits. I don't have the time. I never made my outfit once. I've cut my outfits, but I've never made my outfits. I always buy them. But no, they were making it. But that's the difference. So for Taylor Swift, I'm not surprised that she won over Beyonce for that reason.
No, so well, since you put it that way, it's like, yeah, you're absolutely right that she is still in that era. No pun intended, because that was the name of her tour. That she still appeals to the kids and the younger demographic, so she still can get and you're right, they are the ones going on, because they went on and they were sweeping it, meaning they were going online and they were voting. Beyonce, the Beehive is not going on MTV.com and voting for this song. They're not doing it. They got shit to do. They got kids' ass to wipe, make sure they get to school on time. They got all of that stuff to do. So good on them. And Beyonce, dropped them damn visuals. Okay, so we are already half an hour into the show. Let's play a game, shall we? So since they had the VMAs and everything, I was thinking we could play a little fashion game. Okay. So I was thinking fash or trash, meaning fash as in fashion, or trash as in, child, get this shit off my screen. Okay. So if production is ready, we could throw up the first photo, and decide whether it's fash or trash. The funny thing was, I remember when I saw, I think when you were talking about like people were very last minute with a lot of the performances and stuff, they said there was last minute invites and stuff for people to walk the red carpet, because T.S. Madison, who was on she's on Drag Race as a judge. She said that they hit her up literally the day before or 2 days before the award show and wanted her to make an appearance because represent Drag Race, that sort of thing. So she had her dress made, because I was watching her YouTube show, Maddie in the Morning, and she said that she had her dress made literally in 7 hours by some girl. I forgot her name. I wish I would roll her name now. And then her hair and makeup artist, he can get it. He cute. But anyway,
really? I gotta see him.
Jameson, I think is his name. But anyway, so he said that they said that they came up with the hair and makeup concept and stuff in the car on the way over there. So it's like, that's crazy how like the VMA. I'm like, damn, how y'all so unorganized? Well, y'all got people literally doing stuff at the last minute. Y'all used to be so. I mean, back when I was at VH1, they was so organized. Like they spent weeks doing it. But that was like 15 years ago when I was there. They spent, when they were doing VH1 Hip Hop Honors and all this stuff, they spent not even weeks, months preparing the live, like the performances and all that other stuff. When I used to work in the live music department, they would take months setting all of that up. When I had to be on the phone calling this celebrity, that celebrity, the third celebrity, so I could send them gift bags and stuff. Like it was all thought out. Now just like, y'all just let's just put the shit together in 2 days.
Yeah, agreed. And you can see it, and that's the quality we got, and that's why we get what we got. Like Shakira too, even she admitted herself when they were talking about like, oh my God, I mean, great for her, and that's an honorary award, the Vanguard Award. But they were like, how long did you get to prepare this? She looked at the camera and she was like, 2 weeks. I'm like, you would notify this 2 weeks? Whoa, what's going on? Because that's crazy.
But the good thing with her is that she's been making music since she was 13, or she's been popular since she's been like a fetus, so she can jump on something really quick because she's that seasoned and that professional. So she can just come in, throw a quick concept at her, and it's like, let's go, let's do it. Whereas if it was if Shakira just started becoming popular like 2 years ago, I don't think that would have happened. That performance probably would have been a damn mess. But I love the performance though, and child,
it was so good. It was
her ex-husband's a damn fool.
Yeah,
you thinking Young Coochie is good? Don't play with Miss Shakira Mubarak.
Come on, giving her full government over here.
Okay. Are we ready or no?
Oh yeah, this game. I'm ready. Get the show on the road. Whoop, 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 whoop. Well, while we wait, do you want to bring up a different topic?
We could. Well, in the meantime, because I don't know what's going on. But well, speaking of which, Justin Timberlake and NSYNC and stuff made an appearance at the VMAs. What did you think about that?
Like everyone else who was an NSYNC fan, I literally was going the whole time. The whole time I was seeing the clip on MTV. Like on YouTube, MTV on YouTube. I was like, oh, yes. But here's the tea. Here's what's so funny. Here's the shade. This is so typical solo artists. This is so typical people who's been in a band go solo. Hear me out. So when they all came out, everyone went crazy. The next day they were like, oh, possible music. Then they were talking about possible residency. All of that is not true. Then they're saying maybe with the Super Bowl, true or not true, but it was kept quiet. When they interviewed Justin, he said, no, we went on stage last night or whatever to promote something and for the whatever NSYNC anniversary thing it was. And then they were it
was 10 years since they last appeared at the last VMAs.
Right, so they last appeared. And then
they're doing a song for the new Trolls movie that's coming out.
They're doing a song for a new Troll movie, and in the next few weeks, I believe, Justin Timberlake is dropping his first single, his comeback single in 7 years. So he's dropping a solo single. So basically, the NSYNCers got together. So it would have been BuzzFeed for them to go find out that Justin is going to release some music. I'm like, that's a little shady.
Yeah, because I was gonna bring that up because from what I heard, because I did a story a couple of days ago that they were talking about the rumor that NSYNC were gonna be released. Are they gonna go on do a tour or residency and this and the third? So my question would have been for you is that what do you think would be the hotter ticket, the NSYNC tour versus the Justin Timberlake solo tour? But before you get to that, what I heard was in 2024 they've already booked stadiums for Justin to be touring for his next solo album that's coming out, which of course he's going with the usual suspects, the Timberlands and whoever
Of
else.
course.
I don't know if he got Pharrell because Pharrell's busy with Louis Vuitton. That fashion show was everything, by the way, that he did over in Paris.
Yeah, I saw.
Yeah, so he winds up so apparently they said he has stadiums booked for 2024, so he's basically going to be performing.
I don't know where Chris just went. So I think his question to me was asking me what would be a hotter ticket, Justin Timberlake or NSYNC. I'm going to say NSYNC only because you get to see everyone. You know what I mean? Like everyone's going to come see them as a group. It's so nostalgic. So a lot of people who've been listening to them, you know, during my time when I was in junior high and high school are going to come see that. But I will say this. Justin Timberlake, though, I've been to 2 of his concerts. I mean, I actually like Justin Timberlake. I like his music. I actually like listen to his album, his catalog. I'm a fan. Like, I love me some Justin Timberlake. So when he comes out with this next tour, I think I would go. Because he is, not for nothing, he is talented. And what I like about Justin is that when you was like, oh, he's probably going to work with Timberland, okay, or whatever. But my thing is like, he sticks with what's good. And he knows the formula. The formula works well with like the Pharrells, the Timberland. I don't know if I want to work with too many people. You know what I mean? So I'm like, stick with it. I know
it's kind of like
with
Janet Jackson and Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis.
Oh,
like
yes.
Her best years was when she was with them.
Everybody still wants. Hear the difference. Yeah. You hear the difference when she stopped working with them. You hear it in the not that their music is not. I mean, not that her albums were not good, but if I had a choice, I would want her to work back with them forever and always. You hear,
yeah, because I don't know what kind of spell Jermaine Dupri put on her, but when she did that, when she worked with him, that shit was the best. But yeah, so I don't know. How I feel like I would rather an NSYNC tour versus. Than a Justin Timberlake solo tour. I think Justin's done the whole solo tour thing. I think at this point, people kind of want to see NSYNC reunite. That's something we haven't had in over 2 decades. Same thing with Destiny's Child. Beyonce,
I was going to say that. I love
the music stuff, but girl, I'm tired of seeing yo sing. I'm tired of that song. I'm tired of you in the silver and all that other stuff. I want you, Michelle, and Kelly to get back on stage, and I want y'all to be singing the hits, and then give us a new Destiny's Child, 2024 era album. Like, I don't want you already proved yourself. I feel like Justin's already proved himself. Now, kind of bring it back and give us older people, that fans. Nostalgia record.
Yeah,
the fans.
I feel like that's always the case with a lot of celebrities, not just celebrities, not just singers, but actors who like sometimes give us something that we love you to do. You don't always have to do it, and I respect if you want to do different projects, try different formulas, go ahead and do it. But sometimes come back to what gave you the fame. And yeah, Beyonce, get on them girl groups. Let's go. Get Destiny's Child. NSYNC, let's get syncing, because I want to see them. I want to see an old school thing, even if it's just for an era, just for a tour.
Yeah. Exactly. And we got like New Kids on the Block still doing it. You got Backstreet Boys ain't break up. So we kind of want them to, and then I just heard 98 Degrees is getting back together. I don't know why.
Rich, are you ready to laugh?
Listen to 98 Degrees quite
well, listen, no one's listening to 98 Degrees.
Don't say you was a fan.
But no, you're gonna laugh. Okay, 98 Degrees, no shade, but no one listened to 98 Degrees. They were just like, that group was forced on us. They were just So with that being said, I was talking with some
only reason why I like that group was because I wanted to have sex with Nick Lachey. That was the only reason. But go ahead.
Of course. What about Nick Lachey's brother? He was a cutie.
No, okay. Drew was the hotter one, but I think it was more or less we was on Nick because Nick was the more muscular
hombre. So
and I didn't know what the hell I wanted when I was young.
You didn't know what you wanted? You didn't know what you wanted?
No, I knew like guys, but I'm talking about when you see all that muscle with the tattoo and all that other stuff. It's like, I like that muscle, that jacked up muscle head, Gorilla Juice head, the Jersey Shore type. Yeah. But then you realize you want a Vinny rather than a Ronnie.
True. Vinny is.
You know Snooki said it's big.
Yeah, I did hear that. It's
But
like
anyway, what are you gonna
eggplant.
say about 98
Oh, I
Degrees? I'm
was gonna
sorry.
say what's so funny about 98 Degrees, like, they came up like on Us Weekly and like on a scale from like 1 to a million, only 3 people were talking about it. So I'm talking about it with my friends, like,
I'm
oh,
screaming.
talking about boy bands coming back. I'm like, oh, and I also just heard like yesterday that 98 Degrees coming back. 2 people that I was having dinners with were like, who? I'm like, 98 Degrees? They're like, no, I don't know who that is. I'm
Forget
like,
about
oh my.
98 Degrees. 98 Degrees was basically like 98 Degrees was to boy bands with Jessica Simpson and Willa Ford were like to the Britney Christina era. Like they
Yes,
were sort of like the
yes,
bottom of the barrel. We wasn't really checking for them. Great talent and all that other stuff, but we ain't give a damn about
yeah.
them. Y'all were just
So
like circling the drain at that point.
the only song I know from 98 Degrees is not even their song, they're featured in it, is the Mariah Carey song, Thank God I Found You.
Oh my God. I literally had that conversation the last time. Someone literally said the
Really?
same thing you just said. Yes. Everybody says that it's the
That's
Mariah
how
Carey
true
song.
it is. That's because they were harmonizing. Them and Joe. They was, I would give you everything. I was like, oh, that's my song.
So
But
at this point, nobody cares. But let's do it. But really quick before we get, nobody cares about them. I'm sorry. But before we get to because production's ready now. Before we get to fash or trash, one more thing about boy bands and stuff. So they're talking about that the Super Bowl halftime. From what I heard, they saying Taylor Swift might perform. I don't know why, but I guess because she's so damn popular, they want to capitalize on that. But from what I've been hearing, the rumors that I've been seeing all over Twitter is that they want a boy band renaissance, apparently. So they were thinking NSYNC, Backstreet Boys, 98 Degrees, Boys to Men, New Kids on the Block, that sort of thing. And even Destiny's Child may make an appearance. So hypothetically speaking, would that be something you would want to see, like a boy band? And they even said like throw in one of them K-pop bands. Well, we can't throw in BTS because they all in the military right now. So
they
they might
are.
bring in, yeah, they I think because at a certain point, like all the men in Korea at a certain age, you have to join the military. That's automatic. So I think that new Korean group that was just at the VMAs, I didn't know who the hell they was, but apparently they won an award. They didn't even realize they won an award or something, but which was hilarious, by the way. They panned them and they looking like, yeah, motherfucker, they called you. Get your ass up and get your stupid ass award. There's like 12 of y'all. First
I
of all,
mean,
how
they
did they
probably
break
don't
up
speak
the money?
English though.
Oh yeah, that's true. No, some of them did speak English though. Maybe they didn't know because there's so much damn noise at the VMA. Somebody didn't tell them they won because that shit was unorganized. But anyway, so they said they may even put a K-pop group in there. Now, would that be something that you would be interested in to see, like a boy band or a girl group type of Super Bowl halftime performance?
Yes.
I don't know how they would work that out with trying to get them all to come in and out on the stage and do their little performance or whatever.
Yeah.
But
It's very easy. But like this, it's tearing up my heart. Oh, the right stuff. Old town. Yeah.
Oh my God, I forgot about Old Town.
And that's how it will go. Like literally, that's how we know. I mean, listen. One thing I gotta give to the Super Bowl though, even though a lot of times when they're like announced, certain artists are gonna perform, like who? Or I don't care. I'm not into it. When I finally see it, I'm actually like, oh wow, they did a good job. Like it was pretty good to see a performance. Not all of them are great, but it's good to see it. So I think the Super Bowl usually gets it right. So them doing a boy band, I think would be amazing. Just to be fair though, don't get like Old Town and 98 Degrees. I don't want to be mean. What I'm saying is get the big hitters, get the ones that have like more than 3 number one singles and get them to perform. But if y'all gonna do that next year, get the Battles of the Ladies and get all these girl bands. I want Spice Girls, I want Destiny's Child, I want Eden's Crush, I want Pussycat Dolls. Well, not Eden's Crush because Pussycat Dolls, Nicole. Well, Pussycat Dolls.
Nicole was in both groups.
Yeah, so
but I don't know how that would work because Nicole tends to be a little, I guess, the sole issue of why those groups didn't last. So let her stay over at the West End and perform in the theater because I think she's doing Les Mis or one of those damn shows. That's why Rita Ora is replacing her at the Masked Singer. But yeah, so all right, let's get into the game. which is Fash or Trash. We're gonna look at a couple of celebrity photos on the red or the pink carpet at the VMAs, and we're gonna decide fashion or trash. Slide number 1. I'm assuming the top one is, this is like Guess Who I Am or some shit.
Yeah. That is...
The one at the top is Lil Nas X, and the one at the bottom is Miss Carisha. Whose vagina apparently is being strangled.
Honestly, if you're gonna bring me on the show to play a game like this and be shady, and if you think I'm gonna be shady, I will.
That's what we want.
First of all, when I saw this one with the bathing suit, that's the one I was talking about the most with a lot of my friends. So I'm like, I don't know who she is, but then Suki is Suki, right?
Carisha from Young Miami.
Carisha, whatever.
Carisha Young Miami.
The fact that you went to get a bathing suit and then said, I need something in this bathing suit, went to Target and got you some gray curtains to go with it and thought this was fashions, that is terrible. This is actually a really bad look for any, like, even for the VMAs. Like, this is just, I miss red carpets look when they were looks. This, you trying to be unique, it's not. This look literally looks like you just left Coney Island Beach and you arrived to the VMAs. I don't like it. Lil Nas X, white looks so good on his skin. His skin is so good. It's okay. I've seen him with better outfits. This is not my favorite of his. But she's like, throw her away. Throw the whole thing away. Like physically take her and trash her away.
Remy said maybe she only had 7 hours notice too. They probably all did. But
no, they invited her. They invited her while she was at the beach. And she just went right over there.
And she got it at the last minute. Well, I mean, the reason, but with her banging Diddy, I'm thinking she would have known before, everybody else. But allegedly. But I'm trashing both outfits. I don't like the outfit what she's wearing. First of all, it looked like her vagina can't breathe in that outfit. It looked like she's giving serious camel toe. It looks nasty. I'm like, what kind of secretion she done left at the bottom part of that bathing suit when you took it off? Like, is it all kinds of coochie juice all up in there? I'm not feeling the Lil Nas X. I get it that it's like all these black queens between him and Billy Porter. Everybody want to see who can outdo each other in the dress department. But this outfit is not giving what needs to be given, so I'm trashing both.
Agreed. Basura.
Outfit. Yes, basura to both of them. Throw them in both in the basura.
Throw it away. Throw it away.
Hey, Shabalante. I don't know why. I don't know why that. I don't know why that popped in my. I'm thinking about old girl from Drag Race.
The next victims. Let's see.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
So the one at the top, that's Anita, and then the one at the bottom is Doja Cat.
Anita kept it sleeky and pretty. I like Anita's. I like her look. I always like what she wears, actually. She always, her body's good to fit in clothes. So I'm here for it. Doja Cat, I just wish she didn't get to a fight before the red carpet. I'm sure that dress would have looked really nice. I don't know who jumped her. I don't know who these people are, but they was hating on her because that dress was cute.
Yeah, Doja Cat has given me that some demonic ghost gave her a pearl necklace. So
it's giving me very Lady Gaga with her meat dress type of thing.
Yes. Yeah. It looks like a ghost. It looks like a ghost came on her. So I'm not liking the outfit at all. No. Anita, I don't know. It just looks the shape is not giving for me. She pretty. The face is beat though, but the outfit is a no. So I'm trashing both.
Oh, I'm only trashing one. Anita, you stay with me, boo.
Next victim.
Sidebar, while we're waiting for the next victim, I'm so surprised with Doja because she's so into fashion that that's what you really chose. Even if that's the aesthetic, you could have came with something else. I think maybe
what she's trying to create a moment, which, remember when we grew up watching the VMAs, it was all about the moments, which was like we said, the meat dress and all that stuff. You were supposed to make a statement on the red carpet, but it's just like, I don't know, I'm just not feeling the look on Doja. And I don't really feel like the girls stepped it up and really push the envelope in regards to fashion. Because that's what we expected. Like, if people thinking like, because I saw like some people that were doing fashion reviews, and the way they were approaching it, they made it come across like it was very much in the mindset of like, oh, you're going to the Grammys and this and I'm like, no, we ain't expect you to be all glammed up and demure.
No, not at
we
all.
want you to wear the craziest outfit. We want you to walk out with a tutu on your damn head.
Yes, but not in the bathing suit. Sorry, no.
Okay, so the top is T.S. Madison, and who's at the bottom? Oh, Cardi B.
Cardi B. So their stylist mistaken them to be ribs or chicken bites or something because the aluminum thing. I don't know. You know what it is? It's like it's giving me I get it, but it just didn't suit them. And I'm excusing T.S. because she only had 45 minutes.
From what I told you earlier.
Yeah, so I forgive her for that. It's still a boot, like it's still trash. Cardi's as well. I don't like this for Cardi. It doesn't compliment her body. It does not. The silver is too. I don't know. No, basura.
Yeah,
it's just trash.
It's giving me Beyonce Renaissance, and I'm like, I've seen enough silver to last me a damn lifetime. I'm screaming. See, look, Remy said it. It was Frankel did Renaissance. And you know the funny, I don't know if Cardi went, but I know T.S. went. Because she put all over, especially when Beyonce did her Atlanta stint, like all the Atlanta, scammers and boosters, as well as the, who's who, were in the building. Nene was there, and all of them was there. I seen the videos and shit. So, I like Tiz. You want something? I did see up close the top part of her dress, and I liked how the shine of it and everything. So I like from the boobs up.
Oh yeah.
The rest of it looks cheap. Cardi, I heard it was like made out of pins or something or another. Yeah, I didn't like that outfit because it doesn't. Because it's like when you wear that, I don't know why Beyonce was like, see, this is why she never excelled in the world of fashion when she was wearing the House of Diarrhea. Because you're talking about having them wear silver. And silver is not flattering on the body. Like you look. Everybody looked like they was wrapped up in foil. Like I'm about to put y'all ass in my oven and set it to 400 degrees and hope for the best.
Yeah, but Beyonce, when she wore for a Renaissance tour, she looked good. She looked good in her silver. So my thing is like,
because her shit was custom and expensive.
Why didn't these bitches get them shit custom and expensive? Come on, no.
Okay.
So you're right. Silver is not flattering, but if you know how to put it in right, it's not her fault. But what I'm saying is their designer's fault. I want to know, are the designers also the stylists and designers, are they also on strike with the SAG people? Because these fashions is not it.
That's what I would wonder. But I think like when you're a designer and stuff, I don't think you're under SAG or that sort of thing. I don't think they're unionized. A lot of the people that when they choose them to come in, they're what's the word? They're not why am I thinking non-profit? They're like what do you call it? Like you do I would say like you're sort of a contracted or something or another. That they I'm gonna slide in your DMs on Instagram, but like you want to come in and do whatever. So was that all the pictures?
So they didn't have an excuse, basically. Just terrible looks, terrible outfit, and I'm not judging. I don't think we're both judging it from like the Oscars or Grammys point of view. It's just bad. Listen, if you're walking into the red carpet in a bathing suit, that's a problem. It's just not good. It's just not good.
I was disappointed with so many of the looks and stuff. Oh wait, so were we done with fashion trash, or we had more? Because I remember he said that we had 5, unless the pictures you put up were a part of the 5. Oh, there's more. While we try to freshen.
Does that mean
the top is BB Rexa, butt cheeks, and Demi Lovato. It's funny because it looked like they're wearing the same damn outfit.
Yeah.
Except Demi got a coat on.
BB Rexa, I like her looks, a little plain. I could have done without the cheeks. I see what she was going for. It just looks cheesy. It doesn't look cute. So that's for that. For Demi, I actually like it. But I felt like this is the look she gave when she performed with Christina Aguilera a couple of years ago. That duet they had. So I'm like, I don't know.
It looks like she's hiding. It looks like she was hiding behind all that fabric.
What's she hiding? I don't know. It's an
I
okay
hope it's not
look.
a baby. Yeah,
It's okay,
I'm trashing them both.
but I'm gonna trash them because I'm not giving okays to nobody. So, basura.
Yeah, all right. So let's go
But
on
I
to the
want that
next
coat.
one.
But I want that coat because I feel like that coat will fit me perfectly. Because I'm a big girl, so
Yeah,
the coat would look cute on me.
Cute. The coat is cute. All right, next victim.
Come on, victims.
Yeah, okay. So we got our gays. The top is Billy Porter. Child, what is that weave? And Colton Haynes, you know, from Teen Wolf and a bunch of other stuff.
What is on your head? What is that, Billy?
Thank you.
That's Billy thought that was a look. Billy was like, I'm giving you a look. This is a look. And I'm no, basura. Trash. Colton, it's cute. It's not bad.
Yeah, when I was looking at up close photos of it, it's like I actually like the look. He came giving Butch Queen, and Billy, it was like it's cute or whatever, but I feel like it
was a compliment for a second, and then boom, Queen, got you.
But I feel like Billy ruins it. Billy ruins the look with the hair. The weave was a chop. The hair looked like, you know, when them girls be having that weave that get their hair done and you supposed to just leave it in for 3, but you take it out after 7 months, and it's like you literally see like the weave hanging on by a thread to the root of your natural hair, and it's like, sis, when you gonna go down to the Africans and get your hair redone? That's what. That's what Billy was.
It's bad. It's not cute.
Okay, so that was the last one. All right.
So almost everybody failed. So everyone failed basically on this challenge.
Yes.
I mean, besides Colton, he did all right. No, Colton, what did we say? No, that's it. Everyone else was like, no bueno.
But you said the down. I don't know, the internet be internet and chill. But all right, so we could take a break, and when we come back, we could go through the Real Housewives stuff because we got a lot of stuff to talk about. I want to get your thoughts on Bethenny Frankel unionizing reality stars. What do you think about this whole ruse with Kim and Croy? We're going to talk about Erika Jayne's $7 Vegas residency. And then we got some tea on Angelica Ross dragging everybody from American Horror Story. She is leaving no stone unturned dragging the girls over there with all the discrimination that she's been dealing with. And then we're going to talk about Kylie Minogue because her new album, Tension, her 16th album comes out in a couple of hours. And, you know, with Lindsay and I'm sure a couple of people who are watching the show are big Kylie fans. We're going to give our thoughts on this upcoming album. What do we think about, you know, the residency and all that other stuff? So we're going to take ourselves a quick break and we'll come back with that tea. So don't go nowhere. With my guest of the evening, Lindsay Aguilera. I need some water. Here to give my opinion and carry in. Oh, it's Chris Avalon Unfiltered, bitch.
Welcome to Drinks and Drag, the only show where you get the tea with no chaser. With the cast that's bold and bright like none other, filled with fun and drag, fun games, and lots of laughs.
It has to be scripted because if this was a real thing, this would be a huge HR case with the way you'd be speaking to your staff. But going back to the topic in hand, but this rumor has been going on for years since the very first time I've ever seen Watch What Happens Live, which was like what 5 years ago. Before I even see the show, I've heard this to be rumored. What's crazy is even Kathy Griffin has said it a few years ago and was like, this show keeps getting picked up and is not doing well, and he's so unprofessional. Everything that we've said about him, and on top of that, offers drugs to his guests that shows on, and is at times rude and very cut short with it. So my thing is like,
I'll give you a hint. He was in Pulp Fiction and a Scientologist, so that's who he was talking about, allegedly.
JT.
Yes, sir.
100 people. And he got in trouble for that.
Okay, let's not get you in trouble anymore. My last question.
No,
I would choose Tom Cruise because he has all the new fillers in his cheeks, and I feel like that'd be good.
Tom Cruise. You know his wife knows about it, right?
Wait, Tom's knows about it?
I don't know that.
The wife knows about it. Him.
Neither one are married.
Isn't Tom
No,
married?
the one that divorced the brunette, the dark. Yeah, she knew about it.
She knew that you had with him.
No, not that. No.
But this sounds like a big lawsuit.
Shout out to TikTok. Can I do a show last week because we did the Valentine's episode, and Lindsay was like, "Oh, why?" Oh no!
Oh my god!
Not Cassie.
Not Cassie. Dang! What?
Oh, he is shady tonight. That was funny.
So make sure that you follow us on all our social medias at Drinks and Drag Show. And stay tuned for a new season and so much more coming your way. And we can't wait.
So I was an escort in my late 20s, because I was, and then after the bar, I just decided I'm good at that, and I went back on and I filled out a profile, and all of a sudden, I was making like in one night what I was making in like 2 weeks, in general, and that just sort of like slowly, and I'm like, what am I gonna do? That's gonna sort of like equate that, especially being in like my 40s. I need to catch up. I need to like start putting some money away. I need to start thinking about things. And I wasn't gonna do that going back to school and getting my master's degree in education for the New York City, Department of Education. I wasn't gonna,
Drag queens are a danger to kids.
Yes and no. I believe, hold on, let me speak, bro. Hold on. I believe that, everybody gonna do what they wanna do, but at the end of the day, it shouldn't be in a kid's face every day like it's been lately, so to each his own.
Do you think drag queens are a danger to kids?
If you try to push it on them, it is.
Do you think drag queens are a danger to kids?
Yeah, I think they are.
Okay, how?
Honestly, I would think it's just a little confusing because we...
For easy targets so they can give the impression of being effective. They think our love, our light, our laughter, and our joy are signs of weakness.
The gay community literally will shame me because I don't do poppers. One thing that I learned with the gay community, if you don't do something with the wave or like others, they are against you. I never enjoyed doing poppers. I never desired it. I never liked it. I never wanted to do it. It's never something that I wanted to do to have fun. If you want to do poppers, sure, go ahead. Who cares? My experience, and hopefully I can share some light in the community for people like me, guys like me that don't like poppers, that don't want to do it, and that don't desire it.
Bitches that want to learn. You ready?
Emotionally fulfill you, ever. Know that.
I was waiting for Kyle to fly across the table.
I don't know. Wow. Who is she talking to about this? Like, who is the person?
I am the lip sync assassin of season 6, and I am Trinity K. Bonet.
And Carrie Annie. Oh, it's Chris Avalon Unfiltered, bitch. Oh, look, we're back. Welcome to a brand new special episode of Chris Avalon Unfiltered. I'm your host, Chris Avalon. And yes, we still have Lindsay Aguilera in the building, who's going to be giving you guys a brand new episode of season 2's Birds of a Feather, Throw Shade Together, and also be on the lookout for season 5, because I said season 4 earlier, of Beat Face, which premieres October when? I think you're on mute. Are you on mute? Because I can't hear you. Oh. I think she said October 5th. But anyway, while Lindsay gets that situated, I was like, Chad, what Kyle gonna do? They were saying, oh, Kyle gonna take on Allison. Chad, she ain't taking on Allison DuBois. Allison's still with her husband while she out here getting her coochie scratched by another woman. I saw they was in Paris or wherever they was at. And now Mauricio was on Dance with the Stars, which I heard Did that show start yet? Because I was reading something or another that they said that they may have to delay it because of the strikes. I'm like, why? Nobody on Dance with the Stars is a SAG member, right? Unless Alfonso Ribeiro is SAG. Should he be on there hosting a reality show when he's a SAG member? I don't know how that whole umbrella is. They must have figured that shit out. But anyway, no. What were you? Oh, you were charging your headphones? Oh. Well, so while we get that situated, we have some Real Housewives stuff, and I'll see if I can get, for those of you who are watching, y'all can chime in, and then while Lindsay gets that situation situated, because I guess her Beats died. Her iPods. Her earpods. Remember Nene Leakes where she said, I don't know that music. I listen to it on the iPod. Oh, well, I'm sure Lindsay can see. I'm sure you can see the message. It said, type in the chat, girl. But anyway, so yeah, let's get to some of these other topics, which would be the Real Housewives stuff. So I wanted to get Bethenny. I wanted to get Lindsay's opinion on the whole Bethenny situation, and I'm like, girl, this is why you gotta get yourself a microphone. So that way, in like a headphone thingy, and just plug it into your computer, so that way you don't have to rely on the earpods. Because that's what I had to do. Like AirPods, when you do the wireless stuff, that you can't rely on that, because then shit happens, and then you won't be able to have a situation. So that's why I had to get a whole situation. I got my ring lights. I got like 3 of them on. I look bright as hell. I got my 4K camera, my microphone, and these big ass fucking headphones. But anyway, so Bethenny Frankel has been, on this whole tangent trying to get people unionized and this, that, and the third, and I'm here for it. And so I wanted to get Lindsay's opinion on that. So while she's getting that going, I know we have the clips and stuff, and hopefully by the time we come back, you'll have still can't hear you. I'm like, ma'am, what did you do? She's a mime. But yeah, so in the meantime, I don't know what happened. Wait, did your headphones die? Type in the damn chat. I can't read lips. Not like that. Not that little ass square. But anyway, let's play the clips just to remind y'all like all the things that Bethenny's been doing. Because I'm like, at this point, I feel like her relationship with Andy Cohen, I guess, is pretty much done. One and done. Because with her going this hard against Bravo, and that's his bread and butter, and he makes all that money with the housewives and this, that, and the third, I'm starting to think like, at this point, it's like, yeah, their friendship, I guess, is tainted. Because my thing would be like, okay, that's our friendship be on one end, and then business should be on the other end. If you're going to choose business over friendship, then I guess we wasn't real friends to begin with. But Andy don't give me real friends with people anyway. Andy gives me he gives me opportunistic. Well, I can't hear you because I can't see you. But anyway, let's play those clips in the meantime. I don't know what had happened.
On Andy Cohen. So we came up together. He was a network executive, became a reunion host and a talk show host, and I had my own trajectory on a parallel path, working my way through the entertainment industry from a different side. We've shared many beach walks and secrets, and I was the highest paid housewife of all time. I rated, and I am in a position to discuss a possible union and fair and equal treatment for all reality talent, because I'm not disgruntled. I don't have my own agenda for myself, something I'm asking for. This is not a lawsuit, and this does not have anything to do with just one person or one network. I've always understood that Bravo's Andy's first priority, and the housewives. That's the realm that he protects. Those are the secrets that he keeps. The first time I ever heard him say something not directly to me, but in public was about Rewives when he said negative things about Rewives. And then I went on his show and felt ambushed, but that's the name of the game there. There are going to be polls and discussions, and they're designed to kind of make people look bad, produced questions, but that's how you go, promote your products there. You got to take a couple of hits. And I have had opinions on the franchise in particular, and reality TV and in particular, but I haven't felt comfortable really totally expressing that because I didn't want to say anything untoward about Andy or about the Housewives, the place that I came from. But I've grown increasingly uncomfortable with certain things. I've been put in situations where I've felt that it wasn't safe. I recently found out that I crashed a funeral, and that was very jarring because it's felt like there is exploitation without compensation for many people. I've now, in the past couple of days, heard stories about people whose spouses have lost jobs and people who have been threatened with contracts that they cannot use their own business and work on their own projects afterwards because the network has to own them. And then, yes, of course, there's the Bethenny clause and all of these different things that I'm thinking about that aren't equal and fair, and reality talent isn't compensated properly by and large. And I've run this by lawyers and people that work with unions and heads of the entertainment industry and asked point blank, do you think I'm right? And they have all said yes. So I know that I'm right. And there are over 100 people that have also told me that I'm right who work in this industry. Many of them are scared and threatened and have gag orders, and contracts are being used as weapons. But I want an answer because I deserve an answer. We deserve an answer, and we're going to get the answer we deserve. Hollywood is on strike. Entertainers are fighting for residuals, and no one will promote anything. Why isn't reality TV on strike? I got paid $7,250 for my first season of reality TV, and people are still watching those episodes. We've always been the losers, the I'm up here, you're down here to the actresses and actors. During the last writer's strike, we're providing all the entertainment, and that's when really the gold rush of reality TV started. So I myself have generated millions and millions of dollars in advertising and online impressions being on reality TV and have never made a single residual. So either I'm missing something or we're getting screwed too. People on The Hills and The Bachelor and Bachelorette get paid peanuts to do what they do, and people can still watch those episodes from years gone by. Anyone shooting a Bravo show should not be shooting until they get paid residuals for all the other episodes that they've ever done, or those episodes should be taken down. Reality stars should go on strike. The Hills, people still watch The Hills today, and they don't make a goddamn dollar, and they were entirely exploited, getting ratings that network television doesn't get. I spoke to Caitlin Bristow. Her episodes were getting 6 million viewers. Network television doesn't get that. In many cases, in most cases, streaming television doesn't get that. It's complete and total bullshit. And I'm going to get into this because it just occurred to me. Everyone is talking about actors. We don't get paid shit.
That they do not. And that's why I was wondering, because I was like, I remember I was just watching a recent interview where what was it? Aubrey did an interview with
Hi, can you hear me now, by the way?
Yes, I can hear you. Thank the Lord. Thank you, Jesus.
I was nervous. I almost had pre-diarrhea. Because I'm like, especially this, I have so much to say right now. But finish your thought. I want to ruin it because I'm about to be very long-winded with this.
Okay, that's fine, because we like long-winded girl. But I was saying, like, with the whole residuals thing, I was like, yeah, because I remember I was just watching I think it was called Only Stands, this podcast that Aubrey O'Day was on, spilling a whole lot of tea about Diddy. I'm gonna get into that on Saturday with the clips, the breakdown, all of that stuff, because it was a lot. But when she was saying like they won't play episodes of Making the Band, and I was thinking, I was like, they don't play them episodes. Number one, Diddy was like Tyra Banks back in the days of America's Next Top Model. He was hella problematic on that show. First of all, he made the band walk to Brooklyn to get fucking cheesecake. Fam, and that's the legendary clip that they like to show. But there was a whole bunch of things that he was doing there that rubbed people the wrong way. And Bethenny is right. The fact that actors and stuff like the Jennifer Anistons and the Angelina Jolies, they do thumb their nose and look down on, I'm just using them as an example, of the reality stars. The reality stars only are looking for an opportunity to get in the door of Hollywood. And their way in is through doing the reality TV shows and this, that, and the third. It's not their fault that a lot of them are they're not unionized, and these people know this, and they exploit these kids and take advantage of them and pay them crumbs, and they're just so happy to be in the room and making their little money, getting their notoriety and this, that, and the third. And it's like, yeah, they don't know their way around and this, that, and the third. You learn as you go, and Bethenny was one of the lucky ones. So I'm here for her trying to get everybody unionized. I don't know what's going on with it. All I know is she had an issue with, what was it, Target, TJ Maxx, something or another. There was a drama with one of the department store situations that she had. But I'm wondering, like, what's the end game of this whole, instead of exploiting, or not even exposing, Bravo and NBC and all the others and Universal for their shenanigans. Like, what's the end goal? Are they going to be unionized? Because look, the writer's strike, they're talking about that they're hoping to get something in writing, and finally there's a light at the end of the tunnel this week. What's happening with the reality stars? Because they're not getting, I don't think they're getting residuals. And according to Aubrey, she said that Jersey Shore and them getting, I said, I don't think they get no money. Not from them old episodes. What's your thoughts?
It's apples and oranges, literally, for me, in my opinion. But this, okay, so just start off with that. So I'm making it a big deal because I'm talking about it. I'm gonna say that as of last month, I've officially followed Bethenny on anything. Like, I used to have her on TikTok, my Instagram, and whatnot. I canceled all that. I let her go because I just feel like recently, last few months, anything that she talks about or promotes or has an issue with is all for an opportunistic situation for her gain. And her speaking on this, it's like it's just hypocritical because she has not had that type of experience. If you break down what she says, especially in the last clip that we just saw, that EJ posted, with her saying, "Oh, my time in my season, my first season, I made like $75,000 or whatever." Yes, that's your first season, but let's talk about when you were last there. Because when you were last there, wasn't you making like $2 million? You know what I mean? Like, you go up every season. You've had more benefits, and that's something that all the other housewives were complaining. When it came to Bethenny, she got to really push her brand. And every scene, the skinny girl was everywhere. Anytime there was at a bar, it was a skinny girl thing. And she was the first up. Now other housewives are doing it when they go to their bars. They're promoting their tequila bars and whatnot. But what I'm saying with her is, like, you did not have the bad experience that other people do. But what she does is, if you listen to her words, she's good with her words. It's like, oh, I understand these people was making crumbs. Because in my first season, I was making $75,000. In my first season, bitch, you stayed on the show for like 12 years. You left and came back. And you talk about that a lot. And two, no offense to like the reality stars, but my thing, like the writers strike is more of a big issue because you have to sit down and conjure up stories and write scripted stuff for movies and shows. If a reality TV show is reality, then we're talking about us doing our everyday life routine. If the camera was following Chris Avalon and Lindsay Aguilera, this is what we're doing. There's no need for us to sit down and come up with a concept of like, oh, we need to create something. Like, this is real life stuff. So what are we giving? Two, also, people want that fame. The housewives, especially her talking about the housewives, people want to be on the housewives. People want to have episodes. People want to fall down because they're hungry for that fame. If it's not the money, it's the fame. A lot of times, a lot of the housewives will say, like, they got crumbs that they spent like thousands of dollars in makeup and outfits for their first season, and they got nothing. But my thing is, like, but you still did the show because at the end of the day, you're gonna get fame and you want the recognition and you're gonna get something that leaked out of it. So I don't see it like her doing this whole fighting for the strikes and the whatnot. I'm like, this is something that no one was forced to do it. Like, at the end of the day, like with Hollywood, it's like, you're going to strike because no one's going to back off. In the sense of, like, no one's going to create the next blockbuster movie if you're not going to give me the money that I'm looking for. In reality TV star, you're always going to find somebody. Hence why we were just talking about Love and Hip Hop earlier, how we don't recognize almost nothing. Because either the people that's been on it that we grew to love is over it, or they're like, the money's not enough, or my storyline is done and they moved on. But they're getting these nobodies. Because not for nothing, and no disrespect to the people in Love and Hip Hop or the basketball wives, some of these girls, I don't know, they're nobodies. They're legit nobodies. And if you remember the golden era of like reality TV stars and stuff, the rich people, like their house were fancy, they were everything. Now you have some of these housewives who live in a studio, like that's their house. Like the cameras are in a studio apartment. They're grabbing almost anybody. So my thing is like, you want a friend? Like I feel like Andy Bravo, they'll be like, okay, well if these bitches don't want to come back next season, we can always get a whole bunch of nobodies who's gonna literally do it for $12.
And that's why I feel to your point that maybe a union for reality stars won't work, because there'll always be somebody that they can find at the bottom of the barrel that's just looking for that space and opportunity, that won't follow with, oh yeah, we all need to unionize and this and the third. That's why like she was getting mad, like people was getting mad because Candy said what she said with not wanting to unionize. Oh, if I have an issue with stuff with Bravo, I address it right then and there. And they figure it out from there. But I'm like, is she coming back to RHOA? Because I did hear that they're not moving forward with Kim. That there was negotiations going on, but Kim they're not bringing her back to because since we're moving on from that, and I guess we finished with the whole Bethenny thing. Because I guess you're not for. So wait, before we move on to that, so you're basically saying you're not for the whole unionizing of reality stars.
Unionize for real work. Yeah, unionize for real work, real concept that's gonna bring something. We're not gonna lose nothing. There's always gonna be realities, TV shows for everything. And guess what? The day Housewives is over, someone else is gonna rebrand Housewives and make it become something else. So no.
But I would want to if I had these big iconic moments on a reality show, I would want to be able to, like, even if I'm like 60, 70 years old and I'm no longer relevant enough to be on a reality show, if you go and show my shows ad nauseum, on a loop like they do with fucking Ridiculousness over on MTV, I want to at least be able to get a percentage of y'all running my show on your network. But I guess that's what happens when you sell your show and stuff to the network. That's why I have to give it up to Jocelyn Hernandez, who was smart enough to leave Love and Hip Hop when she did. She left at the height of her career, and she went and she, like she said in the Carlos King interview, she bet on herself, and she went and came up with the concept of the cabaret. But she had help from Carlos King. So he basically came in and helped her shape everything. He got her a meeting with Lemmy over at Zeus, and she owns her brand and she owns the show. So now she's getting money from that. So she was able to negotiate her deal, and that's what it needs to be.
But let's also not forget, in that same thing, she was asked to come back to Love and Hip Hop, and she was making she said that every season she was on, like in the middle, she said in the middle of the first season, she got a raise because she was that much of the star in the show. So my thing is like, what Bethenny's saying is that they're getting almost crumbs, they're not getting the residuals, but Jocelyn was experiencing, like Bethenny, you was experiencing the money. My thing is like, if you deliver and you are that bitch for the show, you bring in a storyline, there's going to be money there. And also, Jocelyn did say that when she did leave, she did receive another check. I guess like a when something indicated, like when the show aired again, a little bit of pointage from it. She did get something from that. The difference with that is that she no longer wants to be. She wants to be basically the boss, which is what she's doing now. So great for her. She's winning. And my thing is like, that's a good story to have for these reality TV stars. My thing is like, you guys do not take advantage of your opportunity. So don't go running to Bethenny like she's gonna save you, because again, hypocritical, because Bethenny, you're winning. You have businesses. You have Skinny Girl. You're on top of, like, you're at the point where you're so bored with your life that you're doing Dollar Tree like pitch. Like, I bought this from Dollar Tree. Like, you have a lot of time in your hands and a lot of points. For someone like you and I, we have to wake up and do them 8-hour shifts to make sure we good for the week. So my thing is like, where are you going with this? Like, what are you asking for?
Well, I was thinking that because she's in a position of power, that she is one of the most popular hot people to come from the Housewives and stuff. That was the way I was looking at it. I was looking at it from a business standpoint. But then to your point, I am kind of agreeing that it could be a bit opportunistic, but at the same time, who isn't being opportunistic? Everybody uses any angle and anything as an opportunistic moment to sell themselves or to bring attention to themselves. But if it's also going to bring attention for an opportunity for reality stars to be able to eat forever off of the blood, sweat, and tears and everything that they bring, their catchphrases, the second, third that they bring to a show to keep y'all ratings through the roof, then I was like, give them a little something. Let them make a little money off their situation. Were you going to say anything else about that before we move on?
No, I was saying you're right. It's the opportunity. Everyone is an opportunistic. Like everyone does something for an opportunity, but it has to come from a sincere and a good place. That's really what it is. Hers is not. I feel like you've had so many years. If this was an issue, you had so many years to do it. I find it very funny that once Andy and Barbara were the fuck, because at one point, I mean, she was besties with Andy. Like they had like names, like houses together, they were hanging out. She was pitching ideas. She was quote unquote telling Andy, hire this girl, like, you know, get this girl, get this person on. This person's good. So clearly, you had it working in your benefit. I strongly feel like after her last stunt at the Andy Cohen show, where she felt uncomfortable, where she was getting picked on, and the fact that Andy on national TV, when she was like, "Oh, I know I can always come back. I don't know if I want to do the reboot of New York," when it was first announced, and he said, "No, don't worry, we weren't going to ask you. That boat had failed." I think she has felt salty. The fact that she's no longer in that, oh, there's a possibility of me coming back. Now she's like, oh, you know what? Now I need more points, and it's for everyone. She wants to make sure that this goes for everyone. For her, it's like me. I want to stop my foot and be me. So it's not that. It's, yes, be not but make it something that's worth fighting and looks good on your behalf. It's just not good on your behalf.
Okay, so speaking of reboots, what do you think about apparent Real Housewives of Atlanta reboot getting the same type of treatment like New York? But they did say, from what I was hearing 1 minute, I'm hearing they're rebooting the entire show. Then the next minute, I'm hearing that they're keeping Candy, Sheree, I don't know why, keeping Sheree jail, and Kenya. So they're keeping them three, but then they bringing in new people.
Remember, New York has done a reboot before. This reboot that we just see right now. This is like a 100%, like a remodel. But they've done a reboot before. Remember when Heather, Carolyn, and the one with the My Life, they replaced. Remember, they terminated everybody. Jill, Bethenny, the one who was married with the
Wait, who?
The one who was married with the Australian. She had like the two bad kids.
Oh, yeah. She's supposed to be on she's supposed to be on one of the girls' trips.
I think
Alex
so.
McCord.
Alex McCord. So remember, there was that one season that everybody was talking about. The 90% of the households were gone. They only kept Ramona, Luann, and Luann. Actually, Luann was a friend of that season. So it was Ramona, Sonia, and everyone else from New Housewives. So if they're talking about that type of reboot, I'm here for it. Like if they're gonna bring like 1 or 2 or 3 girls back and everyone else gotta change, I'm here for it. A 100% reboot, like 1,000% reboot, maybe doesn't need it because not for nothing. Up until this point, Atlanta has always been has always had a hot front season. This is the first season that it was just, no lie, was bad. Like I'm gonna be honest, I've seen 2 episodes and it was a terrible season, and I love Atlanta, but I can't hold it down because my thing is like, this was the first time in comic, like if this is 15 seasons, this is the first time in 15 seasons that they messed up. Other franchises has had like every other season was a bad season. You understand what I'm saying? So it's like I'm not holding them too much to the fire. I'm just right now disappointed with them. It's just bad. So if they're gonna keep and bring back 4 new ones, then let's do that.
Yeah, I agree. And funny you mentioned that, but because I think I did the same thing. I watched 2 episodes of this season, and then I was like, "This shit is boring," and I just didn't go back. It was like I don't care about what's going on. I don't care about Marlo kicking in the door and pretending like she give a damn about them nephews of hers and all that. I was like, "Girl, get off my line with this shit." Like I don't know what you do. And then you got She by Shein and that foolishness, and then. I did watch the reunion. The reunion was just as bad. I'm like, damn, y'all couldn't even conjure up enough stuff to do a 3-parter. they tried to stretch it to a 2, and I'm like, and then y'all had
And that was stretched.
singing. I'm like,
you could tell that was stretched.
yeah, I was just like, y'all really do not have enough footage to keep my interest, and I just don't care. So I literally like halfway through the reunion, I was like, okay, I'm done. It was just, I just didn't care for it. But I do agree, like, I'm here for a soft reboot. I don't think they need to do a full-on reboot. I guess y'all can keep Candy. Candy is a staple with the show. Sherelle, I guess, gonna be mad because she don't like Candy Burris. But and Kenya, okay, Kenya, well, I don't know. Kenya has some issues with production and stuff this year, but again, she was spilling all the tea to Carlos King. But if y'all want to keep them three, I guess. I mean, I don't care. I mean, it's quiet as I guess we keep it Sheree because Sheree got to pay off the chateau. I mean, that'd be the only thing she's paying for because apparently she don't want to pay for nothing, including her birthday.
Yeah, but Sheree is good TV regardless. Like she's such a mixy, friendly. Like she's a little bit of everything in every episode. I let me put it this way: I want Candy to be a friend. Like she needs to step down. She needs to focus on her stores. She needs to focus on, and not her charging $2 for ice.
$2.
If you Google, bitch, like, you didn't know about this, you better Google it now. Apparently, you go to Candy's little old lady gang, you order your meal and you ask for a drink. Now, your drink comes with no ice. If you ask for ice, it's an additional $2.
They that hard up for money over in the ATL. Y'all charging people for ice. What is that? $2 per cube? Because last time I checked, water's free. So I don't know why y'all charging people for the frozen kind and then charging them $2 for some damn ice.
It's giving me Spirit Airlines. Like, oh, you want ice with your drink? I'm gonna charge you for that too. Next thing you know, they'll be like, utensils are gonna be taxed.
Child, I wish
but
motherfucker would.
Candy looks like, I mean, I said it for a long time. Candy looks like her last good season was when Phaedra was there. After that, she gets nothing. And my thing is, I get it. She's a staple. She's whatever. But she's a blah blah blah. Maybe maybe she leaves. Maybe myself and the people feel the same way. And Sherelle will feel the same way. Like they'll
she's not giving.
Be a friend up or go somewhere.
Yeah,
but
she's not giving what needs to be given because they did bring that up in the reunion. And she was just like, "But I gave y'all so much of me in all the seasons with my mother." And I said, "Yeah, that was then, sis. But when you do these reality shows,
and that's
every season is supposed to be that y'all supposed to give something. But at least Cynthia was smart about it. She was like, I don't see myself coming back to the Real Housewives because I have nothing else left to give y'all. And it's like you gotta know when to leave, you know, and then that's that. But apparently Candy ain't, you know, she don't want to. She just want to keep getting as many, securing as many bags as she possibly can. And if Bravo want to keep doing that until, you know, they get bored then of her and sick of her, then I guess they're gonna keep doing that. What would you want to see Kim? Because I know she's on the Surreal Life this season. I think they're shooting over in Colombia. Would you want to see Kim back on the Housewives or no?
Yes.
I
don't. Yes. I like Kim. She puts herself in situations that's like, girl, it's so bad. But here's something I am gonna say. I'm not making an excuse. I'm just making an observation, and I kind of understand where she's coming from. Where I feel like because Kim is and she's amongst a group of just colored folk, she's never gonna win. No one's ever gonna understand her or get her. It's always gonna, even if you throw shade or she does something that's rude and disrespectful. I feel like if she was in a different franchise, we'd be like, okay, bitch, you try to do something. Because she's not that smart either. Like, she's not a good reader, but she's good to be a little, but she's always gonna lose with this group of girls. If they added one more girl to the mix or an Asian girl to the mix, and I think Kim somewhat fit well.
I want to say no shade, but I don't feel like they need to bring white girls on Atlanta Housewives. First of all, Atlanta Housewives should have been a show for black girls. But to me, the reason why they brought her on, and Nene can say whatever she want to say till the damn cows come home. But I feel like because in the industry, they believe that a show won't work or it won't sell unless you attach a white girl to it. Because when you have an all-black cast, you're not going to get the white people to watch. White people watch shit that we do, and we watch, hell, they emulate every damn thing on TikTok and pass it off as one of their own little dances.
Yeah.
So I don't understand
I agree.
I don't understand why y'all try to act like that white people don't sit and keep an eye and sit and watch every little thing that the black community does. So I felt like that was the reason why they brought Kim on, because back in those days it was so like, oh, and we hear the stories all the time where celebrities say, Black people can't, you put a movie out in China, they're not going to go see it. Or you put it out over in this country, they're not going to go watch it because Black people can't sell tickets. And we've seen it proven time and time again that wasn't a prop, that's, as Maury would say, that was a lie. And like Remy said, so now years later, when you have Potomac, it's sort of like, you know what, you have an all-Black cast, but they have their colorism issues. That's a whole nother conversation.
That's what I was gonna say. But they got a lot of colorism issue there, and they also have biracial people. We have three biracial ladies on the show. So if what you're saying is, I'm not saying it's not, but I'm saying if it still holds relevance to it, then that would explain why the biracial ladies are there. But I'm not talking color. Like I don't want to go too hard on color issue, because I think you're right. Like every other franchise has legit white ladies, right? Give Atlanta, like give that franchise. Atlanta is it. But at the end of the day, I'm not talking about any white lady. I'm only talking about Kim. Kim's already been on the show and she's grandfathered in. So my thing is like, I would love to see her shenanigans. And not for nothing, aside of some of the stuff that gets her into trouble, Kim is funny. Like she put, like I said, there's also times in the group be like, bitch, what are you doing? Like she's.
But I feel like Kim is not going to give us the real tea. Like you see,
that's the problem.
Delusional. She's still not being open and honest. Croy's out here spilling all her damn business.
1,000%. You're saying the right. 1,000%. That's one of two things that really irked me with Kim. I just gave her props. I'm gonna say the negative things about Kim, which is why I was like, when she was, I'm like, okay, it's whatever. Two things I never really liked about Kim is that she really didn't give her story out there. She really did not. And two, the bitch is the only housewife that I know that's been on for so many seasons and never did the fucking trips with these bitches. I don't like that.
I don't like that either.
I'm being serious.
No, I agree with you.
It shows like, no, bitch, I don't do things like that. But my thing is like, if you're on a show and you're earning your check, just like Marlo said a couple of years ago about listen, some people really hate Marlo, some people like Marlo, some people don't understand Marlo. But what I can agree with Marlo is, bitch, if I'm on the show, if you and I are on this show and we're doing this show, then we both have to put in the work. Whether one of us comes up with the hot topics, the other one has to be the most animated one and bring something in, and EJ in the background is putting in these clips. We each got to give it work for it to be something. And that I don't like, because you always separated yourself with that. And my thing is like, but you're getting a check. And
she's like, oh, I got kids. And I'm like, so all these other women other women on the show are bachelorettes? Like they don't have children? They're not leaving their kids home while they're contractually obligated to show up to the Turks and Caicos and shoot for a week for a vacation, but you get to sit at home because you want to keep an eye on your chauffeur and your wig curler and all them damn kids you kept popping up every other year. So it's like, no, that wasn't fair. And I felt like because to me it just showed that Kim used her privilege as a white woman to get over on production and to be able to do what she wanted, while these other Black girls had to sit on the sidelines and do what was asked of them, because if they went against production, like if they did the same thing Kim did, they would have fired her. That's why I'm guessing, because we don't have a lot of time left in the show. I'm going to have to say the Angelica Ross story for Saturday, because then that's going to be a long-winded one, and then we could break that down and talk about that then, because that goes in the whole thing about how there were white people on the set of American Horror Story. I have not seen the new season yet. I've heard mixed reviews. I'm not surprised, because American Horror Story ain't been good since Coven. But when you're talking about the white girls are, you're seeing things happen on set. Racism, all the things that Nene said was going on behind the scenes, and nobody says anything. Y'all see it happening, all the white people, but why the Black girl got to speak up? And then when that happens, it becomes this whole thing. So yeah, that's one of the reasons why I don't want to see Kim on there. She can go over there and do The Surreal Life with Macy Gray and them, and Chet Hanks with his Jamaican accent and all that other stuff. And I'll probably be watching.
Of course, like, you better watch it. But to end it, again, I just want to be fair. Kenny do the same thing now. So my thing is like, she's doing the same thing.
doesn't want to participate.
Yeah, like if you don't want to talk about your
thinks she's
finances, if you don't want to talk
her.
about that stuff, then we don't need you on Atlanta Housewives because we want to know the real tea about the house going in foreclosure again. Croy trying to sell a house, you don't want to sell a house. You're still in your denial about everything. So it's just like, if you're not going to give us the real part of the Real Housewives, then girl, just stay over there and do the surreal life because you in this whole surreal mindset, you can be in the surreal world with them over there. So speaking of some stuff, because we could get into, let's talk about, because we were going to talk about residencies and all this other stuff. So Erika Jayne has a residency that, it kicked off. I saw the videos and stuff, the TikTok, I was on TikTok watching the videos and stuff, and I was like, she's giving. She's in her 50s. She's up there doing the choreography. She's got a full-on situation going, and I like what I saw. However, the word on the curb is that it's not doing as well as they had hoped, which I kind of was like, duh. Like, y'all really thought that Erika Jayne was going to be able to hold down a residency like she was a Jennifer Lopez or a Lady Gaga or Christina Aguilera or Britney? Like, she doesn't have the cachet, let alone the discography, to even keep people interested in her music. I mean, there's a couple of her remixes and stuff that I like. I love, Expensive. How many apps do I get? Like, I like a couple of the songs, but I'm like, for the most part, I'm like, these songs is terrible. But they managed to make it work. They did the shows, whatever. They even said the tickets was $7. According to Sutton, she said she ain't got time to go to no tour. I mean, no residency that's only gonna be $1. But Sutton's been messy. I'm looking forward to the new season of Beverly Hills. But whenever they drop that commercial. But what do you? Because I know you're an Erika Jayne fan. What do you think about the residency and all the stuff that's surrounding it?
I mean, it's just for story. It's just a plot that make me like, oh, but it's no shocker because you just said it right then and there. Like, if this was Lady Gaga selling her tickets for $7 because it's not doing well, I think the story would fit. Like, wow, this is fucking nuts. This is Erika Jayne. Her fame is literally Housewife franchise and the gays who knew. I didn't know music at all. I didn't even know an album until it came on the show. And even I heard the most recent songs, like Expensive, those were good songs. But with that being said, it's like you bring in shock value for what? And it's $7 and $3 and $1 for a standing area. And let me tell you, when I've been to real concerts where the standing areas are at, the general admissions, I hate them. Like, I don't care how much of a celebrity, how big of a diva you are, I don't like them. I want to buy a seat where no one pushes me. I don't have to stand for something else. But remember, general admission, and I'm sure you've been to shows where the general admissions, you have to be there hours because you want to make sure you got a good standing area. Because once that crowd comes in, bitch, you think at the front, then you end up in the back for like 4 hours or however long the show. I don't like doing it. I like to purchase my tickets very much like the CMAs. I don't need to worry about the seats because my tickets were already purchased. I am a G8 bitch. I knew that nothing. So with that being said, like, but those general admissions for any other artist, like, I've been to shows where there were $1,200 tickets, and the tickets I bought were $40 tickets, and they weren't general admission tickets because general admission, you got to be there 4 hours. You got to stand there. You got to stand there so everyone else. Because also, people who get to leave are the ones preceded first, and they open up the gate, and the general admission people leave right after. So it's like, it's a long time. So for Erika Jayne, it's like, that fits her. Like, you can't compare her to and I'm not disrespecting her, I'm just saying she's not the Adele, she's not the Lady Gaga, like you said, you're not Christina. So, like, where do you think you would want, if Erika Jayne was to do a tour, a successful tour at that, let's be nice. If she was to do a successful tour with sold out seats, she wouldn't be doing MSG, she would be doing Grammy. You know what I mean? She wouldn't even be doing Radio City. It would be legit a Grammy stage 48. That's the status that she's at. So I think the $7.
Yeah, like really small venues. Because when I knew who Erika Jayne was before she joined the Housewives. Because remember Logo? Logo used to have this thing called New Now Next, and they used to show like a lot of artists. I guess that would cater to the gays and that sort of thing. So they were doing that, and they would play not that picture, but yeah. So that's how I first heard of her, and I would see her videos and stuff. And I was like, oh, I knew her from that. But Yeah, but for the most part, I'm like, these songs is not it. But I know she has a niche market, like you said, the housewife fans and the gays, particularly the West Hollywood gays, and I guess some of the gays over here would go to an Erika Jayne concert. But Erika Jayne is not on the same level as like a Kylie Minogue, where she's at the Voltaire, where she could be, where you'll not only have the gays and longtime Kylie fans instead of coming from, you got the tourists that'll come and see her because they've heard of her, they know from the locomotion, whatever the case is, or they've been seeing little clips. And you have the international fans, the ones that'll come over from all around the world who will come get a ticket to come see Kylie's show. And she doesn't have a lot of shows. And she also does, like what Felix was saying, I'm like, yeah, she does a lot of Pride events. So that also helps with her brand. Like she's always, I know you were talking about Erika Jayne. I mean, Kylie Minogue has also done, Pride events. When she did New York, what, like 2-3 years ago?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So, well, apparently we have a clip. They bet it all on blonde, and apparently maybe they should have betted it on black as Wesley Snipes in Passenger 57.
Hi, Erika.
Hi.
How are you today?
Great.
Did you hear about Tom Girardi getting charged with wire fraud?
I did.
He's facing years in prison, 20 years I heard. What's your reaction to that?
I have something to say.
Yeah, please.
She has something to say. You better
But
walk.
not right now.
Okay? She said, I'll tell y'all bitches later. But anyway, so she did 2018. I liked Golden, but girl, you shouldn't have did Pride with Golden. You could do Tennessee with Golden, but not Tennessee Pride. Nashville Pride. But because Golden, that was a Dolly Parton record, huh?
Imagine there was a Tennessee Pride.
Do they not have one? I thought that was kind of, before the whole political situation happened. But well, since we on the whole topic of residencies, because I know like there's been a lot of residencies. You was telling me that Christina Aguilera is coming back and doing a residency. We got Katy Perry's doing a residency. By the way, Katy Perry just sold her music catalog for $225 million. I know some people was like, oh, but she probably had a couple of years left on that. Because they said the cachet was kind of going downhill for her music. So with her selling the music catalog, this was the right time for her to do that, I guess. So that was smart because, child, who gonna be listening to Teenage Dream in 10 years? All them 10-year-olds that she been making them jingles for, they're gonna be,
me.
Yeah. Or they'll be playing it in Target.
Me. I saw your little shady post that you said about the Katy Perry. So I'm here to confront you tonight. Hold on. I'm here to confront you tonight because you were performing her nursery rhyme music. Bitch, she is a lyricist. She writes her own shit, produces and
nursery rhyme music.
Now some of them are fun. Like some of them are fun, but if you listen to her beat cuts out, like the beat cuts, like the actual tracks in the middle of the singles, they're really good. Like she's a good writer. Like
she has some bops. I was just being shady.
I be bopping. You was.
Mm-hmm. As I usually am.
I love it. I live for it. I mean, how else are you gonna get attention if you don't write something like that, right?
Exactly. So, out of all the residencies, which one would you actually fly out to Vegas to see? You can pick more than one.
Christina and Kylie Minogue.
Agreed. As far as like the music goes, you said
Adele. And Adele, my boo Adele. I have to see Adele.
I like Adele. I like Adele's personality more than her music. I like the fact that she has the thick Cockney accent. She cusses like a sailor. Like I love that part of Adele. But then them songs is too damn depressing.
I know, but listen, at least unlike like a Katy Perry, where the stage could be everything, the rendition could be different. You know what you're getting with Adele. At least with that, it's like you know the bitch gonna perform exactly how the album sounds, and you know what it sounds like. So your favorite song's gonna be it. So yeah.
Yeah, you said that Christina is doing sort of like what is that, a torch song type of, like very Lady Gaga. I mean, she was first of all, she was doing that jump, so people won't say she copied and she's not. Like when she did like the what was it, the Back to Basics, that sort of thing. She was doing that type of vibe of music long before Lady Gaga started doing the jazz thing. Like she was doing the Baby Jane era, that sort of thing. So I would probably go see Christina if she's not gonna be doing that damn screaming. I would definitely want to go see Kylie because of the, you know, her thing at the Voltaire, but them tickets is too goddamn expensive. I'm not trying to spend $2,000 on nobody. I wouldn't even go see Beyonce with no $2,000. And I love Kylie, and I've seen her twice in concert. There's no way in hell I'm paying $2,000 to see anybody, especially when I gotta get a plane ticket, and I know all that is conducted in there. But before we wrap, because Kylie Minogue's album is coming out in like an hour or a couple of hours. I don't know, depending on the time zone. Tension, album 16 is coming out. Excited about it. What did you think? I mean, I've heard a couple of songs from the album already. I like what I've heard. But what are you looking forward to with this album? What do you think?
I love everything Kylie, and so far the 2 singles that were released, I'm really, really impressed. What's crazy is the Padam Padam was like a earworm thing. Like it hit. It gave me Can't Get You Out of My Head vibes, like how quick and how everybody was playing it. But what made me more hype is that then Tensions came, and Tension is a strong song. I think I'm glad it was released in that way, because I feel like, no lie, if Tension, the fact that it's doing well right now, had that been the first single and Padam came out after, I think even though Padam is good, I think it wouldn't have been as it just wouldn't have worked out that way. But from what I heard and the aesthetic and what's happening, I'm loving the titles. I'm hyped for it. I know that a few days ago the album was leaked, I heard. Yeah. I have not heard it because I actually do want to hear the music the way it's supposed to be dropped. I will be having a listening parties with some friends, I think tomorrow after work, so it's like 3 a.m. So I'm gonna try my best not to hear this album tonight at all until I'm amongst the friends who want to hear it and have a good time. But I know it's gonna do well. And luckily for us, she's not gonna be in Vegas forever, which the reason why she has such a short, she only has but a few days. She's only doing like half a season according to like resident, like
it's like people. 10 shows so far.
Yeah, because she is gonna do this world tour. So bitch, you and I are gonna be right like this watching Kylie Minogue in New York City, because bitch,
wait, is she? Because I'm like, wait, is she doing a New York City stint? Because she needs to.
She will be doing a New York show.
Well,
Remember, I said it here first.
Well, when that happens, we definitely will go and see her live, because I need to see her live again, and I definitely hope that she performs the music from the disco album, because she didn't get to do that because of the pandemic, and then she'll also do Tension. But before we go, Felix said it's short. It's like 40 minutes long. That irritates me. I hate short albums, but I understand why they're doing that, because they want to get those streams and stuff. But I already know, like in the UK, they're big on physical media, so they're all about trying to push those CDs and all that stuff. Like, yes, they still got record stores that people still buy CDs and stuff over in the UK. We get so caught up on streaming and all that BS. So, yes, I'm looking forward to the album. Everybody go out and stream it, or stream Doja Cat or whoever you want to stream, because she put out an album too. But anyway, so to wrap up the show, thank you all for watching. I also have, because I haven't told anybody this, an exclusive interview with Daniel McGarrigle, the man who has a lawsuit against drag queen Shangela from RuPaul's Drag Race. I did an interview with him back in August. It's now coming out after we put a bunch of bells and whistles and things on it. So yes, that interview, I believe, is coming out next week. We'll get yourselves a drink and a snack, because there's about to be some shit. Some tea gonna get spilled, and we got into some things. So definitely have that. I think we're gonna do it probably on Sunday at like around 6-7 o'clock. I haven't decided the time yet. Oh, October 1st at 6 p.m.
Sunday at 10. How did I know that?
It's gonna be Sunday, 6 o'clock, October 1st.
How am I on top of your shit? I love it.
So yes, I did an interview with Daniel McGarrigle. Definitely look out for that. It's a good one, and he spills some tea. So thank you all for watching. Thank you, Lindsay, for coming on. And before we go, promote your stuff one more time so people can know where to find you.
Thank you. It's always a fun time here. I hope you guys enjoyed it, but please make sure you follow me on IG on the Lindsay Aguilera, and to get updates on my 2 new shows. My podcast season 2 of Birds of a Feather, Throw Shade Together with Remy, available on Apple and Spotify, wherever podcasts are being played. And season 5 of Be Faced with Lindsay, Chris will be on soon, starting October 5th, the 5th season, every Thursdays at 8. So tune in and have some fun, and I hope you enjoy it. And thank you for tonight. I had so much fun, y'all.
Yes, thank you. And also, guys, be sure to tune in for a brand new episode of Chris Avalon Unfiltered on Saturday. You know, we either be 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, we be on Color People time. So, you know, we will be on this Saturday with a brand new episode. We'll probably break down the topics we didn't talk about on here. It'll be over there among with some latest breaking stories that's going to come out, you know, within the next 48 hours. So, love you all for watching. Thank you all for watching. Thank you for all of you that was tuning in, you know, in the comments and chiming in and all this stuff. You know, I love when y'all do that. And yes, until next time, which will be in 48 hours, as I said. Ciao, darlings. Baloney wash. Annoyed. Hey, bitch. I'm just here to give my opinion and carry in. It's Chris Avalon Unfiltered, bitch.